Welcome back to my channel, guys. My name is Tolu and it's Steven. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, to comment. So today I'm going to be talking about the books that I used for my first and second year of medical school. So I recently finished second year of medical school about last week. I'm going to be sharing all the books I used that helped me with my studies. Now this is my personal preference because the way my school works is that 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 90 to 89 is a B, and then 70 to 8 to 79 is a C. So basically you have to pass above a 70 to move on to the next class. So for my MD1, I did courses like anatomy, embryology, histology, biostatistics, and epi. Now the way my school does is that every semester you get to do something called a PDI, which is called a patient-doctor interaction or patient-doctor relationship. That's where you have to interview patients, most likely students, ask them questions, do physical examination, do vital signs. So they like introduce you to like how you would do when you get into a clinical scenario. So for MD2, I did biochemistry, genetics, I did physiology, I did neuroscience. And MD3, I did micro, I did path, general path, I did ethics, and I did psychology. And then MD4, I did systemic pathology. I also did pharmacology. Okay, so I'm going to start with my anatomy. Anatomy is a course where you have to learn about the human structure, the bones, the muscles, the nerve, each artery. God, it was crazy. The first when I came into medical school 2018, I was overwhelmed by anatomy, no lie. Like I had to learn about all those things in a period of 4 months. You imagine learning about the whole human body in 4 months. It was amazing. It was a wonderful experience though. So the book I used for that, I used 2 books. I had 2 books. I bought them from Nigeria. A store called Jumia, if you know it. So I ordered them from Jumia a week before I traveled out of Nigeria to Dominica. So the book I used was Atlas of Human Anatomy 6th edition by Frank H. Netta. Amazing book. It's I'm going to show you a picture of it up there. And then I also used Clinical Oriented Anatomy. That book was like the Bible of anatomy, because I used it basically when I was having to do my anatomy labs, like having to dissect cadavers. So I used everything you need to know about anatomy. And also I think he also featured neuro anatomy, but I never really read it because when I entered at my MD2, I used another book for neuroscience, but it's a really good book. So for embryology, I used this book. I don't know if you can see clearly. It's called The Developing Human, Clinical Oriented. It's by Kit L. Moore. So I think the same person that made the clinical oriented anatomy. So same book. It's amazing. Let me open it for you guys to see. So it shows you like how the embryological structure started. Gives you so many pictures that you can actually relate to. So you can see this now. Yeah, it shows things like this, and it explains a lot. See, amazing, right? Amazing content. So I highly recommend this book for anybody that wants to do embryology and wants to scale through. So for my next subject, I did histology. That's about having to know how to read your slides, histology slides. Like if you want to go for a biopsy, you have to know, okay, what type of epithelium is here, what type of gland is here. It was so the book I used for that was this, Witter's Functional Histology. So I think they have 2 of these. They have the dark one and they have this light one. I don't really know how dark one, but this is one I got. I got it also from Jumia, Nigeria, and it shows stuff like this. So you can see, it shows you. You see, amazing. What other thing again? It shows like amazing pictures that histology, and it really helped. It was a lot. It was really a lot. So I used this book for my histology. So the next subject I did in my MD1 was epidemiology. Now I loved epi. I guess because I always loved maths all the way from high school. I always loved mathematics. So epi was like a mixture of mathematics, like calculation. I got this particular book when I first came into medical school. It's the Kaplan series, 2019. I used this for my biostatistics. So this is what I use. I bought it on Amazon. I can't remember how much, but I'll put the link to the book on Amazon for you. I got the whole set: behavioral science, biochemistry, physiology, pharmacology, and I think microbiology. Yes, 7 of them. So I use this book for my biostatistics and epi, and I loved it. So the next thing was when I entered my MD2. Now I did courses like physiology. I also did courses like biochemistry. I also learned about neuroscience and then genetics. My favorite course in MD2 was genetics. The lecturer was amazing. The course content was amazing. So I could easily relate to it because I just fell in love with genetics basically. So the book I used for my genetics, I used this for my genetics. It's same thing, Kaplan 2019. So how they do it here is that they give you the first few pages are genetics page and the next pages are biochemistry pages. So I use this for both my biochemistry and my genetics. Really good, really good resource. And if you also could afford, you could also get the Kaplan videos online. So they basically have to explain every page of this to you. If you can afford that, that would be a very good resource. The next course I did was physiology. Now I think it's one of the most complex course in medical school. Physiology, I think that's the most complex course, and I really had to focus. So the book, I think everybody knows this book. It's called Guyton and Hall Medical Physiology. They also have the question book, but this one is just the general book. So this is what I use for my physiology. Let me show you how it looks, guys. So this is how it looks. They talk about every system. You have your respiratory system, urinary system, that's the renal system. This is amazing book. I use this book for my physiology. I also use BRS physiology, but just for this question aspect. So I will just go to the BRS and I will go to the, let's say if I had done respiratory physiology, I'll go to the BRS and look for the questions and solve the questions and correct myself in anything I didn't do well. Then I could also use the Kaplan. I also use the Kaplan too for my physiology. Kaplan. Now Kaplan has questions in every after every chapter. So I also did those questions after chapter. Now I bought my Kaplan in 2019, so I had to use the PDF version first before I could get the hard copy. For neuroscience, I used Lippincott Illustrated Review, which was by Claudia Krebs, and Richard A. Harvey. Now the book was amazing. You had to have questions in it. And I also used this book. It's called Dija Review. I got it here in school. It's like a summary, basically summary. It's not so high yield though, but I used it like 3 days before my exam because I spoke to some seniors that I met here and they told me that the book was good. So I used Dija Review for if I wanted to check what's the most common cause of attention deafness in children, which is otitis media. Now this book was when you see brief summary, not so much word. I also show you a picture of how it looks up there. So the next one, I got into my MD3 and I did my microbiology. Now you guys know that I did a microbiology degree in Nigeria, so it was not new to me actually compared to other courses I did. It was not new, so I had an idea of gram-positive bacteria, Staphylococcus aureus, Candida albicans. I knew all those things, so it was not so stressful for me. So the book I used for microbiology, I used Clinical Microbiology Made Ridiculously Simple. It was made ridiculously simple actually. I think this book, microbiology book I used, was actually amazing. It actually helped me a lot. And I also used Lippincott Illustrated Review Q&A for my microbiology. Just questions. And then I also used the amazing Kaplan. I also used the amazing Kaplan. Yeah, the amazing Kaplan. I used the amazing Kaplan. Can you see it? Yes. So I use this too. I also use Sketchy Medical for my micro and my pharmacology. So next course I did in my general part. Pathology generally is the pillar of medical school. You have to know your pathology. You have to know what disease is this, what does it cause, where does it occur. You have to know. So pathology number 1 book I used was this Pathoma. So I could easily flip through it. So you can see I highlighted a lot of it. I highlighted a lot. I don't know if you can see clearly. Yes. So I used this book a lot for my pathology. And they also have the video. You can go to pathoma.com. You get to see the video. I didn't pay for the video because I felt the book was enough for me. Years that had the videos, so I just took it from them, so having to pay extra money because it was expensive, and I already had this copy, so I didn't want to have to. I think the video comes with an extra copy of the book, so I just didn't want to get it because I already had the book. I got this from a friend. Thank you, Stanley. Stanley gave me this. So it's basically amazing. So you can see here. So if I were to see something on the pathoma, I would write it down so that whenever I'm reviewing, I could see it again. Yes, so that was how this was. Okay, so pathoma, amazing. I recommend it to anybody that wants to know their pathology. I also use Robbins and Cochrane. Now, the pathology for Robbins is just like questions. They just give you questions on every section. Ethics and psych. Now, my school recommended a book for us to use for our ethics, which was 100 cases, which is USMLE medical ethics. So that's the book I used for my ethics. It was just questions basically. So after my lecturer taught us in class, I would go back and I would do questions on what he taught us and review it and everything. So this was actually really good. So I recommend 100 cases for anyone who wants to do ethics. Amazing. Now for my psychology, I used BRS, behavioral science. Now questions after every topic. So that was talking about schizophrenia. So this was the book that actually helped me like understand the basics of psychology. So I'm showing you again. I also use this for my psych. It really helped me for my psychology. It really helped me for my psychology. So after that, I graduated to my MD4, and then I did systemic pathology. Now I also use my pathoma for that, and my Robbins and Cochrane. And I also use my lecturer slides were amazing. So basically I just read the slides and also like balance it up with the pathoma, and also use the Robbins and Cochrane. Now pharmacology was one of the toughest courses I did in medical school because I had to actually put my head down and study pharmacology. For pharmacology, I used the Kaplan pharmacology book. This is one of the major things I used for my pharmacology. Kaplan pharmacology. It was amazing. Kaplan, well done. Their books are amazing. And for pharmacology, I also use Lippincott's review. I don't know why I love Lippincott's questions. I don't know, I just love them. So I used Lippincott's literature review 6th edition. It's by Karen Wallen and Richard Finkel. Amazing book. And then PDI. My school, we normally do these PDI courses where you have to interview patients, check their blood pressure, check their. So I used Step 2 CS book, the Step 2 CS book. So that's what we used for it. And at the end of the semester, we had our OSCE, which was a few weeks ago. So that was the book we used to study for our OSCE. OSCE is objective structured clinical examination. So basically they bring the patient to you, examine the patient, you diagnose the patient, finish the diagnosis, you write up a workup, and then you type out your notes. So that's what I use for my OSCE. I use the Step 2 CS book. Now the holy bible of medical school was this 2020 Step USMLE 1. Now this book I had the 2018 the first week of entry medical school. I bought the 2018. Yes, that's what I bought. But then I didn't know how to use it because I didn't know like the proper way to use the book. So I basically didn't use it till like 3rd year, and by then it was already like worn out. You can see at the point water poured on the book. I had heavily highlighted my book. Water poured on it. So many things happened to it. It was folded, wrinkled. So I had to buy the 2020, which was this. Newer, fresher, nicer. So you can see I haven't really worked on it a lot because I already have my work on the 2018. So I just used it like because they update like information every time. So I just used like an upgrade, and it was. So I got these stickers from Amazon. They're like tags in case when you want to find a percussion of the book. You can just hold the tag and then find it. So what I did was I placed it on every start of the book, so I could easily like navigate to, maybe if I wanted to find recipe, I could easily find recipe. Yeah, so this was one thing I'll highly recommend for anybody. You can also use sticky notes to make this. You mustn't get this. What I did was I always had this little big book, so that's why I would jot everything that I didn't know, everything I didn't understand in school, and then go back home and then review it. Like this embryology now, you can see I would write about the meiosis, everything I didn't basically understand in class. Then I'll go back home and I'll review it at home. It had EP, then my PDI, asking them questions and everything. I also had this in the book. I'm going to be talking about this suture kit I got from A+ Medic. It's so this is how it is. They give you this. Yes, I'm going to show you guys a video of me suturing so you can see how amazing it is. So this is it, and it comes with blades and this thing and the suture threads. So I don't have it yet, but it does come with suture threads. I attach the link below so you guys can see. Amazing, you should get this. So I'm going to also say one thing that helped me a lot was getting an iPad. Now I got this in my MD4. I got this iPad Air from Apple Store in 2019, I think June. Yes. Okay, so I think that's all I have for now. Now this is my preference. This is what works for me. You can get what works for you. You can get the book that works for you. The books I used throughout my first and second year of medical school. If you have any questions for me, please ask me. I'm going to answer every question as I can. Don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe, and to tell a friend, tell a friend, to tell a friend, tell a friend. So thank you guys for staying with me today. I really appreciate. So I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget A+ Medic. Amazing A+ Medic. I'm so excited about A+ Medic.